It's Coot here, nationally best-selling author of You Are the One and The Magic of Surrender. The ultimate relationship, the real relationship, is really the relationship with yourself. The relationship with yourself is the foundation for the relationship with anyone else. And so if you've stayed in a relationship with someone that you have known is the wrong relationship for a long period of time, then over time, yes, you will lose trust in yourself, because in order to stay in that relationship, you had to, on some level, disown or betray or not listen to your own truth. And so if that is the case, if you've knowingly betrayed yourself and not listened to yourself, you have to be willing to, number one, acknowledge that. Number two, you have to be willing to apologize and make amends to yourself for not listening, for not honoring your own knowing and your own truth. There might be different reasons for that, because maybe you were afraid, maybe you were, scared. And so it wasn't necessarily bad. It's just that acknowledging that and apologizing to yourself and making amends is a foundation for rebuilding trust, to say, hey, I'm sorry, I did this thing. Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't listen. Hey, I'm sorry, I want to acknowledge what wasn't. That's the beginning of rebuilding trust. You can't rebuild trust until you acknowledge what wasn't. So when you can acknowledge that and you can apologize and you can make amends, then there's the commitment to yourself to not betray yourself, to honor yourself, to listen to yourself regardless. Ultimately, the relationship with yourself is the most important relationship that you can cultivate, because it's the relationship that, your relationship with yourself is reflected back to you in the form of the people that you attract. Every single person you attract to in your life, especially in romantic relationships, tends to mirror to you your own relationship with yourself. And so then you have to cultivate the listening. Let me take time to listen to my truth. Let me take time to start acknowledging what I feel. Let me take time to really admit to myself what is true, and have the courage to step by step, even if it's baby steps, step by step, go in the direction of listening and acknowledging and acting on the truth of what you feel. It's the opposite of betraying yourself. And every time you say you're going to do something, in other words, you make a commitment to yourself and you do it, you build trust. Every time you make, I'm going to go exercise, and then you wake up and you exercise, you build trust. I'm going to go, and have a healthy breakfast, you build trust. So self-trust with yourself starts with the little things, the little decisions, the little moments, the little actions that you take with yourself. So you make a commitment to yourself, you follow through. You make a commitment to yourself, you follow through. Many people make commitments to themselves, but they don't follow through because they think, it's not a big deal. But we don't realize over time we end up feeling terrible, because over time we've made so many withdrawals in our trust account with ourselves that we don't believe ourselves anymore, which makes it also easier to do things and be in relationships with other people that aren't right for us. Chances are, if you were in a relationship with someone that was wrong for you, you already knew it either in the beginning or at some point towards the beginning, but you didn't listen. So the more you can make a commitment to yourself and follow through, even if it's small. For me, I exercise every day. I started out running as a young boy. I share this often on my social media. I started out running, just jogging as a young boy. I'd wake up and go running, wake up and go running. There were many days I didn't feel like it, but every single day that I did it, rain, snow, cold weather. I grew up in London, and so it was sometimes snowing. Regardless of the time, every time I did it, it started to build self-trust. I built self-trust. I built self-trust. It didn't seem like a big deal, but there was such a deep depth of self-trust in my own trust account with myself that I started to generate inner power. Your inner power is not something that happens, boom, all of a sudden. Your inner power is generated with all of the small, tiny, seemingly inconsequential decisions that you have made over time, that compound over time to create an inner alignment. And then you have strength, and then you have power. And then you're like, yeah, I trust myself. I can listen to myself. I won't second guess myself anymore, because you actually believe yourself. Because when nobody was watching, when no one was around, in the early morning at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., you woke up and you went running. And that's how trust is built over time. I hope you enjoyed this short video. Please share it with anyone in your life that you feel would benefit. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.